Tron-style Disney logo. Hi, we're Daft Punk, and we're gonna kick your brain in the butt for the next 2 hours with the best soundtrack you've ever heard.
We're always on the same team.
Heartfelt father-son moment from Uncanny Valley Dad is still heartfelt. All the stoners in the theater just lost their minds from this musical guided transition and the promise of light cycles. Incompetent security guard makes sneaking easy.
What sort of improvements have been made in NCOM OS 12?
This year we put a 12 on the box.
Take that, Microsoft and Apple!
Shut it down.
Cillian Murphy is always a win.
No!
Sure, yeah, he's dead, but still an amazing shot. Don't Stop Believing would have been more on the nose, but Journey is always a win. And now, Sweet Dreams plays in the background, segueing your subconscious into what's about to happen. The use of symmetry, coupled with the way the programs walk and talk, plunges you into the grid. Hey sports fans, Daft Punk back again. Enjoy this amazing light disc battle brought to you by, well, us. Also, the arena is a win of its own. Badass bad guy. New derezzing is so sleek.
Combatant 3 versus Rinsler.
Rinsler is just the coolest villain / secret hero ever. He gets his own intro and music. Even the crowd knows how great he is. So instead of gushing every time he does something sick, I'm giving him his own win counter.
I feel like I just got dunked on.
User.
My name is Sam Flynn.
Reverence.
I'm not your father, Sam.
Making Clue the villain gives this light, dark, yin-yang, god-devil story perfect symmetry. The imposter, Clue, can only but match appearances with the true user, Flynn. When it comes to displays of power, the good side is always the dominant force.
What do I do with this?
I'll give you a hint. Not that.
Lightsaber joke a full 2 years before Disney acquired Star Wars. Light cycles! Look at those light cycles! Teamwork!
Release Rinsler.
Rinsler has to be released like a caged animal.
You're here.
Hugging. Anyone out there have any DIY plans for installing a light wall in my house?
Till I dropped out.
Olivia Wilde's performance is perfect. She is a naive, new being with childlike mannerisms.
The universe up for grabs. Biodigital jazz, man.
Biodigital jazz, man.
Am I still to create the perfect system? Yeah.
Hint to those paying attention of Tron's true fate.
You've been corrupted.
Flashback sequence screen tears as if it's a messed up videotape. Get it? Because Flynn's memories recorded in the 80s wouldn't have been digital. The build-up from this scene until the end of Line Club is flawless, even by Clue standards. This song, this entrance, this scene. Win. Daft Punk.
Horseshoes can do these things.
The war-torn resistance is exposition for a longer struggle than we're shown.
Libations for everybody!
Alright, Michael, you only have a few minutes of screen time, so really ham it up. Clue fears and respects Flynn like he's God. The way he tiptoes around everything in awe as if finally getting to see where his hero eats and sleeps.
Has to mind all the percentages, all the angles.
Zeus actually tells Flynn he will betray him. Honesty. With Cora's wound not destroying her the way every other program is destroyed when injured, we get a glimpse into Flynn and Clue's philosophy for the grid. Every other program was created to be perfect, so any injury would destroy them. But since Cora is an ISO that manifested or evolved, she is able to be imperfect and isn't destroyed for having a flaw in her code. And Michael Sheen doesn't even care. Like a deity, Flynn enters and the battle immediately shifts to his favor.
You ever jump a freight train? Huh? We do it your way. Full-on sprint to the portal.
It's at this moment that Flynn realizes the high probability of having to sacrifice himself, and after years of doing nothing to stall the game, he finally has a reason to act. In an instant, he lets go of the wisdom that's helped him survive and makes a decision solely for his son.
Must have been something before Clue screwed it up.
No, he's me. I screwed it up.
Introspection.
End of line, man.
MCP reference.
To all of us!
Uncanny Valley explosion hilarity.
You are not authorized.
How many times have you smacked your PC to make it work?
Master key disengaged.
Hey boys and girls, Daft Punk here, just checking in to make sure your minds are still blown. Was that a digitized Wilhelm?
Made it.
Bravo for setting up a relationship for these two, but not forcing a kiss or something worse in at the end. The Unstoppable Tron. Yep.
I fight for the users.
Tron lives.
I'm sorry, Clue.
After everything they've been through, Flynn still apologizes and forgives Clue, and although you can see the need for approval and acceptance on Clue's face, he can only fulfill his destiny as the dark half of the whole.
Why? He's my son.
If you've watched some of my videos, you know by now I'm a sucker for someone laying down their life for the ones they love. This finale is no exception, and it gets me every time. Self-sacrifice. I actually believe this is Cora's first sunrise. This film may have been the hardest to win so far, but for the opposite reason than usual. I had to take out so many wins for beautiful imagery, epic fights, comedic lines, updated effects, and Daft Punk just killing it. In case you haven't figured it out yet, this is one of my favorite films, so I'm probably a little too close to it. I honestly won't say this too often, but this is a movie where I think the critics are dead wrong. Maybe it's not perfectly original, but as a Tron fan, it was exactly the movie I would have requested. They updated the plot, improved the effects, and told the simple father-son, creator-created story that works on multiple levels. And that's just the movie itself. Then you throw Daft Punk's soundtrack on top, and in my opinion, a masterpiece was created. Maybe I'm getting a little carried away, but accuse the director and writers of playing it safe by reusing the key elements from the original Tron all you want. Legacy tells a very different story. The original Tron was about faith versus nihilism or atheism. Programs scoffed at the idea of a user that created them. While users in Legacy are still the things of myth, the programs know their power and some even worship them. Legacy deals more with Buddhist ideas and accepting that imperfection and chaos are the only real perfection. The imperfect Cora contrasts with all the other self-serving programs like Zeus by
removing oneself from the equation.
Flynn and Clue are also expressions of non-duality. They are halves of the same whole. Flynn can't blame Clue for what he became because
He's me. I screwed it up.
we're also fed symmetry throughout the entire film from the framing and the use of color. It's exactly what I wanted to see from a sequel/soft reboot. Tron tanked in the theaters as well, and it took years for people to really fall in love with it. Anyway, Garrett Hedlund may not be winning an Oscar anytime soon, but he's absolutely capable, and to be honest, he isn't really the main character of this movie. It's the grid itself, with all its glowing blue and orange lights, its inhabitants that evolved independent from the users in the real world. It's the soundtrack that grabs you right from the first scene and blows your mind throughout that is the star of the show. All that philosophical junk aside, this movie is fun, and emotional, and inspiring, and beautiful. Okay, now I'm gushing. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing negative to say about any of the performances either. As I already stated, Olivia Wilde plays her naive ISO perfect, and Hedla never disappoints me. Jeff Bridges is phenomenal, even if it was a bit convenient that Flynn picked up Buddhism and the line between Flynn and the dude gets a little blurry.
Check that out.
I would have called shenanigans if Flynn started complaining about Clue ruining his rug. You know, the one that really tied the room together.
Do you know Jules Fine? What's he like?